is, can I just say, toughening your children up, well, trying to force your child to be toughened up and to be this, especially boys. I mean, they do it to girls too, but it's a complete scam to literally think that you have to toughen up these children. And you wonder why they grow up to be beasts, little animals, acting crazy and stuff. It is a complete scam. I don't care what anybody else says. Have you recognised as well, the children that are sensitive and soft, and the one with the most kinded hearts and the most delicate, are the ones that get bullied the most as well. They are literally the ones that get bullied and literally get targeted as they grow up to be some type of vulnerable fucking sponge for bullies to keep targeting as they grow, and then make fun of you to say, you like, you're a boy, you should be this tough, you should be tough, you should be a certain way for society to be accepted and stuff. And then people argue why their children grow up to be vicious and animals. I mean, don't get me wrong, even growing up in a society where they think that's normal, and even me, so when you teach, all kids are different. I've got one boy that's very boisterous and one boy that's very, very sensitive. But then trying to compare them both and then saying, oh, I wish like one was more confident, more like boisterous. I wish they was the same. When actually, it's a complete freaking fraud. The more softer a masculine is, the more it is easier for a woman to reflect that and then mirror each other on behaviour. And to teach someone that they're not totally goes against everything that they will grow up to be. It's such a scam in society to like train these children to be mini adults and mini fighters and mini like, oh, you gotta be hard, you gotta be, oh, they're too soft. Too soft for what? Why have they gotta be hard? What are you exactly toughening them up for? To prepare your children for more complete chaotic children. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. It doesn't make sense. It literally just doesn't make sense to me. Bringing up animals to protect themselves from other animals. And the behaviour I'm talking like. And it's not the children's fault. And the pressure that adults put on children today are tiring these children the fuck out, and then make fun of their own children for being so soft and calm. And I'm guilty of this as well, when I've been like, I want them to be like so tough, and like I've been in situations with children, my own as well, where I get like frustrated if they get like bullied or like something like that, and I tell them off for their wrongs as well, don't get me wrong, and everybody should be doing the same. But if they get hit and you say, obviously you got to know how to protect yourself, that's common sense. You got to know how to protect yourself in the world, and that's the main thing that we should be doing. But not training these children up to be fighters for fuck all. It's a scam. It's a complete scam. Let children be children. Let them be sensitive and kind-hearted, and not tolerate people disrespecting boundaries and stamping on all over children's innocence. Complete ripping them from their innocence altogether. And then blaming the child for being so soft after ripping into them, or teaching them to be some type of animal, or they should be a certain way. Let them be themselves. It's just, I recognise some things, and it's just like, it's a total scam in society to make children become these big I ams, acting like they're something, and they're little children, and it's not the children's fault at all. I don't blame the children one little bit. You only know what you know, and what you're used to is what you're used to. But I've just recognised how it's always like the ones that got a bright light, or the ones that are good, even good looking. You could have a good looking child and they get targeted just for that as well. Or are targeted for being part of a family or like a person that no one likes and stuff like that, getting targeted for like reasons that I just think the world's totally gone, and then like dressing your children up to mask everything isn't going to take away the problems inside of children. Especially training children up, it puts more fear and arrogance and like violence into children, especially when a child is naturally sensitive by nature and you're trying to toughen up. It's like putting the most softest child in, like Luke, my oldest, say the sensitive one, it's like chucking him into a fucking cage and then saying fight. None of us are born fighters. That's not what we were never trained to become fighters. To fight who? It's like an animal experience to me. It's like training animals, like how to, and then people own dogs and then like force them to become like evil. It's by the trainers. It's by the trainers who train, or from what they see around. And subconsciously as well, what they remember as little children, they take on and they become as an adult. It's a subconscious pattern that even the children are unaware of. So it's about reprogramming their brains. But to actually train children and laugh at children being bullied, and the adults are laughing at that too, it's disgusting. I find it disgusting. There's not one bit of funny to me in that whatsoever. Got to know how to protect yourself, yeah. But in a society that trains children to become fighters, to box other kids for no reason, or why have children got to box other kids to protect themselves? Children does not make sense whatsoever. And it's actually like the children that are very quiet that become the ones that you have to watch out for, because they will build up so much until they can't build up no more. And the most sensitive, quiet ones are the most scariest ones on the wrong side of them. It's just like, what happened to letting children be? Let children be. Let children be children. And like, less control of what you want them to do. Let them do what they want to do. It's like, imagine being forced upon your own will to do something that you don't want to do. Putting you somewhere where you don't want to be. By like, against your will. Forcing children to do things because you want them to do it and not because they want to do it. There's so much around us. There's something just like I saw that triggered me to speak upon it. And it's like, don't get me wrong, like that I believe 100% in self-defense. You've got to defend yourself. But there's some people that can't even do that because they've got such kind hearts and they feel guilty to defend themselves. Men and women and little girls and little boys, it all stems from that. But still, trying to force someone to go against their natural being is just cruel. And we can wish upon all we want, but actually, in all fact, we should be so grateful that we actually have a child that feels and that is sensitive and that can receive and even have the maturity at that age to be so loving and giving in nature. And going against what the parent says, I agree that children got the rights to go against what the parent says. They've got their own opinions and their own perception and their own views. And that's what I feel like the world needs more of. Children that go against what their parents say. There's boundaries, obviously, and there's ways on how to do it. And I'm not saying let the kids be ruthless and stuff, because it can lead to that. But with the right discipline and the right integrity and the right people, children can become completely different children. Especially when they feel free to express on who they truly are at heart. That's where the genders, I think, got mixed up. Because if you allow to them to just be, if you allow anyone to just be, they can become who they want to be. With no pressure and no fear. Just purity. No jealousy, no hate, no competition. Just straight from the heart. I think that's power. I think that's strength.